Hello, Renee Flamond here. I give a lot of thought to that first moment that the rug is pulled out from under any one of us. I think about it more than it's probably even understood. But it's out of concern that I have. And I give thought to what could I say to somebody who is having that done right now that could help them. That's what occupies my brain. What could I say? Because there's nothing anyone could have said to me. I mean, I guess eventually the stuff that people were saying to me in what I was learning from the experts on this disorder did get to me. So that's not actually true. But when I say friends or, there's nothing anybody could have told me. I was distraught. I didn't understand. I was at my wit's end. It was absolutely, it's just a horrific experience that rug pulled out from under you when you're in the middle of what you think is a fairy tale. We so want to believe them that we ignore the truth. And we'll do that throughout all of the stages of whether we're wondering aloud or not, whether we're asking questions aloud or not, whether we're challenging aloud or not. Once it's in our brain, we're learning there might be more to the story. And then but we're ignoring. We want to believe, so we're ignoring all that. Once the evidence shows up, and it's in our little hand, and it's in our eyesight, and we heard them, and we saw them, and we know now, we still ignore the truth. In searching my mind for the things I could tell somebody to help them who had the rug pulled out from under them, one of the things I came up with was, don't be the person who ignores the truth. I was. We all have been. And we would all tell you the same thing. Don't be the person who ignores the truth. Because that's essentially what you're doing. That's what I did. I knew it. It's in front of me. Hello, truth. There you are. Whoosh. Ignored it. To the detriment of my own mental well-being, heart well-being, soul well-being. It was, the person that I know recently that had the rug pulled out from them, my guess is she's giving it another shot. She's staying anyway. And we can tell, right? If somebody doesn't call you for a while, you can just tell. You can tell if somebody is doing something in their life that they aren't necessarily, thrilled with. It probably means you won't hear from them for a while, because eventually you'll be like, so how you doing? How'd you make out? And they'll have to say it. If they don't like their own truth, they probably are going to fall off the radar. But for whatever reasons, I know right now that they are going through that whole thing of him persuading her and saying anything he can, and she is listening. Hard evidence she has, this girl. I know. Hard. Solid. Not circumstantial. Not paranoia. No. If you know your person is a narcissist, if you know their behavior, if you have discovered their truth, then know that they will be courting you both. When I say that, I mean if you've discovered their truth, I'm assuming there's another person, right? First of all, don't assume there's just one other person. That's just the person you found out. That's off the bat. Number two, don't assume that when they're telling you, no, it was nothing. They're pursuing you both. And with zero guilt. Full steam. If you do know this person has another person, then know that they are all about that person, at least to that person. They are wooing that person. And remember, the narcissist keeps one person thinking they're in a relationship and the other thinking they're in a relationship with them as well. So both of you are the one showing up on his phone making the other one upset. And this could be love bombing, after a breakup, devalue, in the middle of something going wrong. There's always another person kind of about to be had or just had, or you know what I mean? They might behave for a minute. Like I said, everyone has a time that they could do something, especially if you catch them in some bad, huge fight happens. They'll behave for a while to prove to you that they can. But eventually there'll be another person and they're wooing you both. They don't just have casual sex and move. Well, maybe they do sometimes. But it's the win for them, the ego trip. So they have to woo them hard. That's the whole enjoyment for them. So they're going to make that person fall in love with them as well by saying all the deep-seated things they said to you. The lies ensue. Let's not do that to each other anymore, maybe. I mean, I stopped whenever I caught on that there was someone. I didn't really catch on to that because he kept not saying that there was. I added it together by catching him in, I don't know, a string of, I was like, wait a minute, you have a girlfriend? Like, I was confused. It was a very odd thing. But once that happened, I keep refusing when they try to come back and they're insulting the new supply and telling you I love you, and no, and no. They're telling the new supply they love them also. They will see them again. And they're either denying that they have you, or they're telling the new supply they're leaving you for them. They've probably proposed to the new supply. That thing, you know, mine came in like this. Where's my wife? He starts using words like wife and husband right away. Or I'm going to marry you. Or treating me like he'd known me 30 years and I was his wife. That kind of thing. They'll do that. They're doing it to that person too. That's how they woo you. Maybe that's what she wanted and they're wooing her the same way. And they're love bombing you all the while. Both of us are ignoring the truth before our eyes and choosing to continue to dance with this cat. What? Why? And how? We could both be spared just by not ignoring the truth that's before us. If we both just believed in that truth that we saw with our own eyes, heard, found, learned, and let it, that truth, speak for itself, and neither of us believed him, then he'd have zero audience. No takers. Less supply pool. If we all catch on and refused them, each of them, all of them, that would be my dream. And I mean, you think it would be easier than it is. I know what it feels like when you get the rug pulled out and you just want to believe them and you're giving it another shot. I gave it about 487 shots. So I guess what I try to imagine is what would have helped me. And if somebody looked me right in the face and said, just do me a favor, please, just look at your own truth. What did you just find out? Now you might say, well, if you know this girl, how is it that she's going to go? Everyone has their own journey, right? We all know that. Everyone has their own journey, and you can only say so much to a person. And if the person I know knows the truth, accepts it, talk to me about it, knows it, knows right out, she's gonna handle it her own way. You gotta respect somebody who says, okay, I'm gonna check out now. I appreciate your help, but I'm gonna go back to business here. And I think that kind of, at this point, is entailing them trying to work it out. Which I can tell you what that probably looks like. I don't need to be in touch with her to know. He's on his best behavior right now because she just found out a bunch of stuff. I don't know how long that best behavior will go on. I imagine one day when it dissipates or the fights that may ensue. Now, she knows the truth now. So he knows that he's dropped down a peg in her eyes. They can't have that. She's never going to look at him the same way again. Even if she's dying to look at him the same way again. Even if she's going to do everything now to make him, because now she thinks he felt a certain way that made him go and do certain things. That's what he's going to make her think, right? We know their pattern. So she's going to try to make better, do better, be more of what he might want. Kill herself. We've all been there. Doesn't matter, unfortunately. And she will learn that. Now, I don't know how long this person can behave or whatever, or how exactly things are working out. I don't know. But I can tell you that my guess is that will blow up again. I mean, of course it will. It's already been blowing up for a long time. So now they're on an upswing where she's ignoring the truth. Ignoring it. Ignoring it. I did it. It's so hard. It's so hard when you're the one in it. Or you accept the truth. You deal with it. You ignore the truth might mean something that's not fixable. What you try to look at is, well, maybe, okay, he did this, but if we work on this and blah, blah, blah. Don't be the person who ignores the truth. Be the person who learns the truth. Discover as much as you can about it. Have as many conversations with your person as you need to get the clarification and thing that you think you might get, which will amount to just frustration on your part. But make the decision that you would make for a friend if you found that same truth out. Maybe that's what we need to do, is look at ourselves as a third party, right? Because I'm looking at this person I know and I'm thinking, oh my God, her decision should be so easy, right? But I'm not the one in her position that was love bombed by that person and just found this out. I'm the one in the position that was love bombed and found what I found out and went through it my way, which was kind of a long way around. I didn't just cut it off at the knees and go running for the hills like I should have. I don't want anyone to go through anything over and over again. But everyone has their own way that they deal with it. This is just another one of those things that I thought of, that if you are in the middle of it and you right now are staring things in the face, that is the truth. Forensics never lie. That's what Dexter says. Forensics don't lie. Facts don't lie. Right? Ben Shapiro, I think, says that. Facts, forensics, truth, they don't lie. So they may come up with a story, a soliloquy, an excuse, something that you're buying, then you ask yourself, do you know that you're buying something that's malarkey because you know the truth and facts and forensics that you just saw? Don't be the person that ignores the truth. It could save you a lot of pain, agony, and angst that is to come down the pike. They don't change. These people don't change. So if you do know that your person's a narcissist and you found out ugly truths, please pay them their proper mind.